All right, so if you're a small business owner, you know that feeling, right? That little ping, a new lead from your website, it's awesome. But what if I told you most of those leads just vanish, like poof, before you even get a chance to call them back? Well, today we are going to break down why those first 5 minutes are everything. Seriously, everything. We're talking about how speed isn't just a nice to have, it's your secret weapon. Let's get into it.
Just think about this for a second. It's late, maybe 8:47 p.m. A lead hits your site. You're probably done for the day, right? You think, I'll call them in the morning. But by morning, they've already hired your competition. This happens all the time. That person was ready to buy, they reached out, and all they heard was crickets. That hot lead is now ice cold, and their money is in someone else's pocket. This is the exact problem we're going to solve. Okay, so here's the game plan. First, we'll look at why these leads seem to disappear into thin air. Then, we're diving into the data, the 5-minute rule. It's pretty wild. After that, we'll talk dollars and cents, what this is actually costing you. And finally, the good part, how to fix it for good.
All right, first up, the vanishing online lead. Seriously, this is probably your biggest missed opportunity. You do all the hard work, right? You spend the money on ads, you get your SEO just right. They finally get to your site, they fill out the form, basically waving a flag saying, hey, I want to give you money, and then they're just gone. It's like a leaky bucket, draining profits you don't even realize you're losing. And here's the thing you've got to understand. When someone fills out that contact form, they are in what we call active buying mode. This isn't just window shopping. No, no. They have a problem right now, and they think you are the person to solve it. Their intent, their interest, it is literally at its highest possible point in that exact moment. But that peak interest, it is super, super fragile. Think of it like a lit match. It's burning bright, but if you don't do something with it right away, it just goes out. Every single minute you wait, that excitement is fading. And what are they doing while they wait? They're not just sitting there. They're back on Google clicking on your top 3 competitors and, yep, filling out their forms too. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I get it, be fast. But this isn't just a hunch or some good advice. This is the 5-minute rule, and the data behind it is, well, it's jaw-dropping, honestly. The numbers don't lie, and they're about to make a very strong case. 100x. Let that sink in for a second. A major study found that if you respond to a new lead within 5 minutes, you are 100 times more likely to actually get them on the phone than if you wait just 30 minutes. Not double, not 10 times, 100 times. The difference between 5 minutes and 30 minutes is massive. And it doesn't stop there. It gets even crazier.
So making contact is one thing, right? But what about figuring out if they're actually a good fit for you? Well, that same study showed you're 21 times more likely to qualify that lead. And by qualify, I mean confirm they're a serious customer who can actually buy from you. All because you were quick.
Okay, and if those numbers didn't convince you, this one will. This is the knockout punch. 78%. Nearly 8 out of 10 customers will buy from the very first company that gets back to them. That's it. It's a flat-out sprint. Whoever gets there first wins. Period.
So let's just visualize this whole thing, because it happens so fast. Minutes 1 through 5, that lead is red hot. They're probably still on your website, phone right next to them, just waiting. But the second you cross that 5-minute mark, bam, they're cooling off. They're getting calls from your competitors. And an hour later, forget about it. They're a cold lead. They might not even remember who you are because they're already talking to someone else.
Okay, so we've established that waiting is bad for business. But just how bad? What is the actual tangible cost of being slow? Let's break down the numbers because this is where it really hits home.
Just look at this simple chart. Let's say you get 100 leads a month. If you're slow calling the next day, maybe you convert 1%. That's one new customer, $2,000. Not bad. But if you're fast, under 5 minutes, that conversion rate jumps to 2.5%, maybe even more. Now, from the exact same 100 leads, you're making $5,000. That's $3,000 extra dollars a month. Just gone, vaporized by a slow response time.
And honestly, it's even worse than that. It's not just about the revenue you're losing out on. It's about the money you are literally throwing away. Think about it. Every dollar you spend on Google Ads, on Facebook, on SEO, all that effort to get that click, you're just setting that cash on fire if you don't follow up instantly.
This chart right here just drives the point home perfectly. Let's say your marketing budget is $5,000 a month. If your slow response only gets you one customer, Well, that one customer costs you the full 5 grand. Yikes. But with a fast response system, you get 2, maybe 3 customers from that same 5 grand. Suddenly, your cost to get a customer is down to $2,000. You've just made your marketing dollars work more than twice as hard without spending a single extra cent. Okay, so the problem is crystal clear. The cost is painful. But here's the good news. This is a totally 100% solvable problem. So let's shift gears and talk about how you can actually stop the bleeding and start capturing every single lead that comes your way.
So, the old way of doing things, you really only had two choices, and neither was great. You could hire more staff, but that's expensive, and they go home at 5 p.m., right? Or you could try to do it all yourself, which, let's be honest, is a recipe for burnout. You can't be on a job site and answering your phone at the exact same time. But the modern approach, it's a game changer. It's all about automation and AI. It's instant. It works nights, weekends, holidays, 24/7, 365. And it doesn't care if you get one lead or 100. And look how simple this is in practice. A lead fills out your form. Doesn't matter if it's 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. The system instantly, and I mean instantly, starts a conversation. It asks them a few key questions to make sure they're a good fit. And if they check all the boxes, boom, it books an appointment right on your calendar. All of this happens automatically, in seconds, without you having to do a single thing.
So let's just recap the benefits here, because they're huge. You literally never miss a lead again, ever. You stop wasting your time on phone calls with people who aren't a good fit. You can actually put your phone down and have dinner with your family. You start converting way more of the leads you're already paying for. And maybe the best part? You get this huge, almost unfair competitive advantage. While everyone else is sleeping, you're booking appointments. So I'll just leave you with this one last question to think about. We've been talking for, about 5 minutes now? Based on everything we just saw, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? The race is on, and the winner is decided in the first 5 minutes.